a lot of young people in particular, and oftentimes I hear the youth are our future, but this is clear that the youth are our today. And you playing a role to advocate for elevating issues around climate is vital and is something that has been missing in the environmental movement for a long time. People pushing political leaders, including myself, to commit to more and confront climate change. We have faced over this past year and a half one of the most challenging times as a city, as a nation, as a world. And much of that has been on people's minds is around the pandemic. But we have also seen countless examples of climate change and terrifying examples of what our future holds, whether it is fires in the West, extreme heat events that we have seen, and significant storms in our region on the East Coast, even the kind of downpours that happened just recently where many lives were lost because of a 100-year event happening way more frequently than 100 years. The city of New Haven has a strong track record and we are making progress, but we absolutely have more work to be doing. We're making progress in so many ways. On the transportation front, we have put in so much more bicycle infrastructure and pedestrian infrastructure. With the Move New Haven program, we're looking at improving a network of public transportation access throughout the city to ensure that people can opt out of a car and have safer options for bicycle, pedestrian, and transit. We are making progress on reducing electricity. We're working to electrify some of our buildings, the Atwater Senior Center, 2 firehouses. We're working to electrify portions of those. We just acquired 424 Chapel Street, and that building will come on as an electrified building. We have much more work to do in this area. We purchase 100% renewable energy for all of our municipal electricity use. And we're working on resilience with installing hundreds of bioswales throughout the city, with ensuring that we're installing living shorelines to help adjust to sea level rise. The most important thing, I think, though, is the steps that we have made to help us provide the resources to actually make meaningful change on climate. And I think those are in 2 categories. The first is the Climate Emergency Task Force and the infrastructure, the staffing infrastructure that allows us to better coordinate and prioritize each city department, ensuring that part of their work is related to the climate. We've hired a climate specialist, but I think it's vital that we create a climate and sustainability office that has staff that actually directs these programs to allow the individuals that are leading many departments that may not be experts in climate to have the support and resources and someone waking up every day to say, this is an important issue to us. This is a goal of mine, and I think we have a real opportunity with the American Rescue Plan funds to ensure that we increase that capacity. The second part is that municipalities like New Haven cannot do this alone. The young gentleman that spoke earlier talked about the impact, in particular, on urban centers of climate change. And let's be real about this issue and about resources and equity. Because this is not just about New Haven, but it's about every member of New Haven. And I have been very vocal about ensuring, advocating for the state to give us more resources, for Yale University to play a larger part in supporting more resources so that we can focus on these issues. Because in the end, equity isn't just about the city of New Haven playing a strong role in climate change, but it is about those with the resources actually putting those resources up. And we have seen in this past year a dramatic change. We have seen a significant increase in state funding for our city, $49 million additional dollars to our city that give us more capacity to invest in projects like all the street infrastructure that we're seeing, the traffic infrastructure, direct investment, more staffing to focus on these issues. And frankly, we're having positive conversations with the university about its commitment to the city. And I think that while it may not seem like the most inspiring thing, that money in the end is going to help municipalities like ours build the capacity to invest in climate change. And finally, I want to talk about the American Rescue Plan. fronts. Our team has talked a lot, and I think events like this, and the fact that many of you showed up at the community meetings that we had around the American Rescue Plan Fund, helps us elevate the importance of climate change in front of so many other members of our community, helps us educate more people about the urgency of this, and also helps us have the political backing to ensure that a portion of the funding in the American Rescue Plan will go to climate initiatives. I commit to you that there will be a portion of the funding that goes into climate initiatives. We are compiling a lot of the different input from the many community meetings around the city that we have had to develop and propose to the Board of Alders what our plan will be. The Board of Alders then reviews that plan. This is another opportunity for you to voice your opinions and your views on investing in climate change, and we'll have public hearings on this. But we are committed to doing this. I think that New Haven is playing a leadership role in many ways. The fact that we have a goal of by 2030 having community-wide greenhouse emissions going to zero, that is ambitious. That is leadership. But we need so much work to be done to get to that goal. That's an ambitious goal, and I'm committed to working with you to do so. Thank you.